So around this time, a lot of us set our resolutions, hoping for a new year, new you. But it's one thing to write it, but another to take action. This book right here will help you out. And the author, Princess Ellis, is here with us. Good morning. Welcome to Smile Jamaica.
Good morning. Thank
Happy
you for
New
having
Year.
me.
Hope you had a great holiday season and all that.
I did. Thanks. Same to you.
This is Christian-based.
Yes, it is.
Why did you write it in the first place?
Well, I find that things tend to work out for me all the time. And my friends and family, they always ask me, how is it that, things always work out for you? What is it that you do differently? And so I kept telling them, do this, do that, change your mindset, all of those things. But I found that they had a problem, like remembering the steps, so they kept coming to me about it. So I decided, hey, why not write it down? And then they'll have it to look at, and they can go through if they forget a step, or if they want to just, remember how to do it.
Your first line in that answer was so profound. You said, things work out for me all the time, is what you said. Not most of the time, not some of the time. You say all the time.
Yes,
Does that mean you don't have bad days and you don't have bad incidents that you just want to say, "Rrr"? That doesn't happen?
Well, people who know me tend to ask me if I ever get sad or if I ever get angry, because I'm just a very happy, positive person.
But you don't get sad and you don't get angry?
It's very hard to get me sad or angry. But yes, there are times. I'm human.
Because sometimes
just the same.
In my prayer to God, sometimes I say, boy, God, me know you must have vexed me. I know, because I ask you for so much. So I've suggested that even God gets angry sometimes, but maybe he doesn't. Going through the book, step 3, and you've given us, it says 8 steps to getting anything you want in life.
Yes.
So I'm not certain we're going to have time to go through all 8, but step number 3, rising above your human psyche. And you start with a Bible verse, but then you said nothing is impossible with God.
Right.
As humans, in our lack of understanding of the universe and how it works, we will naturally see things from a human perspective.
Right.
So, for example, we know the person in charge for giving us a promotion at work is our boss or our manager. We know the person in charge giving us a visa, the consular at the embassy.
Right.
But you're suggesting it's not really those people giving us anything.
Right. That's exactly what I'm saying. God is the only person who is in control of everything created in this universe, because he's the creator, he's the owner of it all. He can change persons' minds, he can change persons' thoughts, he can affect everything and make anything happen. So essentially what I'm saying is that you need to start putting God as the head of everything in your life and the only one who can grant it to you.
Yeah, this might sound like I'm teasing or tongue in cheek, but if the consulate turn me down and don't give me the visa, is God turn me down?
There is another part in that same chapter that says if you put humans in charge mentally, then they're the ones who are going to be in charge. So if I am going through thinking, oh, I'm not going to get it today, because
you probably won't get it.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you leave everything to God and you're in tune with God in that way, and God say you're going to get it, you're going to get it. Yeah. Regardless of what the counselor says.
Step 4, God wants to give you your heart's desires.
Yes.
And in it, she says, don't limit God.
No.
And I think you're suggesting that if we want to move the mountain,
God says you can move the mountain.
So you're suggesting, don't think that whatever you're asking is too big for God to allow to happen? Is that what you're suggesting?
Exactly. Yes, I'm suggesting that there is no limit to what God can do for you. There's nothing you can ask that he can't do or provide, because he is the controller of it all. Yeah. So you need to start believing that and trusting.
You've never been disappointed?
Have I? If I do get disappointed, I will more look at it as this wasn't what God wanted for me, which is why it did not work out.
Okay.
So it's about changing your whole mindset.
All right. Step number 5, ask for what you want. And I made a note here and I put exactly. And that's what you're suggesting also. So you're suggesting that don't just get up and say, I want to have a good day today. Get up and say, I want to eat lobster at 12:30 today. Almost, there's a part that you said, speak it into being, but almost speak it into being type of thing. So ask for exactly.
Yes.
Give me an example.
What you want. So in the book, there are chapters where I actually give personal examples of things that happened in my life. And one such example was when I said I wanted to move out of my family home to an apartment. And I wanted very specific things in this apartment. I wanted it to be gated, I wanted security, I wanted it to be furnished, I wanted all these things. And that is exactly what I put out into the universe. That's what I kept thinking about and, you know, visualizing every day. And I got the exact thing that I asked for and that I wanted. And I wasn't even one of the persons who should have gotten a place
again,
where I live
again,
now.
tongue-in-cheek. I want a Jaguar. But it's $40 million for the Jaguar. But where may I get it from? You just say, God, I want a Jaguar. And you are suggesting that I will find the money somehow to get it?
I am suggesting that God may tell somebody to give you a Jaguar. It is really that powerful, but you have to believe it. You can't just say it and then you expect that it won't happen, because then it won't.
Yeah,
you have to believe.
Again, speak it into being type of thing.
Yes,
you
tell the mountain to move.
You are what you believe.
And it will move.
The final one I looked at was step number 6. And it says, command your universe. But again, I make notes, because in there you said no such thing as coincidence.
Right.
And as a football coach, sometimes people will say, boy, you're lucky. And I said, sometimes you make your own luck.
Right.
The ball don't just end up in the goal. Because even when you take the shot, the goal is here, you take the shot over there, it end up in the goal. But if you never take the shot, it couldn't end up in the goal in the first place. You don't believe in coincidences.
No, I believe that you either believe in coincidence or you believe that everything happens for a reason. I believe that everything happens for a reason, and God is in charge of everything that happens.
8 steps. We just looked at about 4. Wow. Well, where did all this come from with you? You're obviously Christian.
Yes, I am.
But you have a lot of Christians who wouldn't be thinking the way you have thought and have...
Right, and have written.
Right, and have written. So where did that come
I
from?
think it's from I was really young, before I even got baptized. I always believed, or my favorite Bible verse was that verse in Mark, that talks about not worrying about anything, because God knows you need everything, and you just need to give your life to God and seek Him first, and all things will be added on to you.
A couple weeks ago, we were live in Crossroads. Sakina was there. We Smiling Yard. George Nooks was performing, and he was performing a gospel song. And when he stopped, the entire crowd was singing.
Right.
I was on stage and I said, I haven't said anything serious this morning, but I'm going to say something serious now. I said, this is amazing that we know all of the gospel songs. We go to church every Sunday, but we still kill everybody. Even on the Sunday that we go to church, we're killing people. Why? Why, if we are such a God-fearing set of people, why is this happening? And how can you tell the security officers and the police force to stop all of this?
Well, I believe that even though we are essentially a God-fearing nation, a lot of persons aren't actually putting into practice the things that they read in the Bible and that they say they believe. And I think if you get a copy of my book and you read through it, there will be verses that you probably have never really looked at.
Beautiful answer. Quickly, where do we get the book?
You can get it locally at Kingston Bookshop, Island-wide, or you can get it on Amazon. You can get the ebook as well.
Fantastic.
There.
Great to meet you.
Same here.
And all the very best.
Thank you.
Pray for that
so
Jaguar for me, please. 8 steps to getting anything you want in life, Princess Ellis. All right, that's it for Off the Shelf. News comes up after this. Folks, still ahead, Vision Boarding 101, a bit of healthy eating, and the last chance to get your greetings that come from across the world. Right now, here's Dara, News in 5.